Hornet, the quietest theme music in the industry. A young Donald Trump saw this in grade school and just shouted out, "Never!" And that was that. Wendell W. Wright. Oh, sure, they all laughed when I sold my initials, but now everyone knows www. Dot. I'm speaking to my secretary. Her name is Dot. Stop looking at me! Wow, those lapels are a cry for help. Oh, no one told me nuclear physics would be hard. Hey, it's the formula for blue crystal meth. Oh no, it's actually the formula for blue raspberry Slurpees. Now say my name. Mazel tov! I can't already be out of cocaine. In a minute. Foot-long hot dogs, that's what I'm hungry for. Vandalism? But that's a gateway to antics. John McEnroe? You know, his Van Gogh impression is dead on. Oh, spit. Maybe you won't notice? Oh yeah, except you signed your damn initials, dumbass. But from this simple act of vandalism, an engraving empire was forged. What the? William Powell? It's not true, they didn't come anywhere near my tabloids. I'm ignoring you to gain power.
Yes, Jim, what is it?
Well, Mr. Evans, Miss Black wanted me to bring this to you.
Oh?
Keep him busy while I smoke a dupe. What?
Won't you sit down, Jim?
This is the end of a very promising law career.
I understand you have an unusual pencil, Jim.
Yes, sir. That is, it's nothing special.
But you're rather proud of it.
It has my name on it. I won it in an essay contest.
May I see it?
He's right. It isn't anything special.
Personally, I think that something like this is better for carving.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Be cool, man.
I'll fix the desk, Mr. Edmonds. I'll sand it down and refinish it. You won't be able to tell where I scratched it at all.
That's a good idea, Jim.
I'll begin today after school.
That would be fine.
Well, what else do you want me to do, Mr. Edmonds?
Perhaps you can help me with a problem. I'd like your advice, Jim.
My advice?
Yes, I've got quite a serious problem.
The Argentine Navy just invaded the Falklands, and I need to draft a
There are
response.
a great many young people in the school, Jim. Each is an individual, but in one important way, they're all alike. They're all growing up.
Is that the problem, Mr. Edmonds?
Yes, growing up is a problem. Because, well,
Ah.
I remember one time I watched some of the boys play ball.
Who blocked
You've
the
probably
scene
seen it,
exactly?
too. The boys were all about your age. In years, they're young men. But sometimes in their behavior,
They act like children?
that's it. The boy batting struck out, and what a fuss he made. He was a young man in years, but the way he behaved was more in keeping with a 5-year-old. When you see a child do the same thing, you think, oh, well,
Hey, the
he'll
director
grow up
tripped him.
sometime.
Anything
But
for
at
the
15
shot,
or
right,
16,
Coronet?
This boy was still reacting the same way. He was still showing violent temper when little things went wrong for him.
He was told to wear a Corona
So the
mask.
question is, why doesn't he grow up?
Adults suck.
Why does he still behave as a child?
Adults suck.
How can we help him get rid of these leftovers from childish behavior? That sort of behavior we call an infantile reaction.
Oh, Dad has Viagra for that.
Well, whatever it is, it spoils the game for others. Why can't he act his age?
Shame.
I guess scratching a desk spoils it for others, too. Why can't I act my age, eh?
37?
That's what I'd like to know, Jim. Well, you know what to do about the desk. But now this pencil. If you were a first grader, I'd just keep it, wouldn't I?
Oh, but Mr. Edmonds, I'm not
Shame!
a first grader.
Oh, you're not.
Well, you've amused Walt
So
Disney.
suppose you start fixing that desk. Come back for your pencil when you feel you're ready for it.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Jim.
Am I ready now? Would you just go?
Why can't I act my age? That's a good one.
There's a lousy Clark Gable
Oh,
mustache.
Fix up the desk and forget about the whole thing.
The fumes from the wood stain will help with that.
Pencil gone? Oh, yes. Maybe one of these pencils will do it.
And I gotta get this can of Campbell's condensed tomato open. They don't feed me at this school. You're dead to me, stupid not special pencil.
Hey, act your age. No use getting sore. That won't open the can.
Shop is good food.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Olson.
President Taft.
Need some help, son?
Why, yes. Do you have a knife or something to open this?
Yes, I guess so. I'm using yours to carve up a desk, I see.
No, a pencil.
A pencil.
Son, right tool, right job.
Right crop of young fellows in this school. Every day think up a new way to act like babies. Never grow up. Still little boys playing with morals. Pencils, knives, pulling girls' hair.
Posting revenge porn.
Well, there's no sense in cleaning up here until you're through. I'll come back later.
He hasn't cleaned a room here in the last 7 years.
Still little boys. Playing with marbles, eh?
Is that like pocket pool?
But maybe it's true. Remember what Bill did yesterday. He was sitting right there.
He kept switching from invisible to visible.
I guess he thought no one was looking when he took Jean's notebook. Was he cheating?
Dear diary, caught Bill sniffing my shoe again.
Probably. And that's a childish thing to do.
Today in the news, gerrymandering runs rampant in elections.
That's a child's way out. Then there was Phyllis the other day. She seemed to be worrying about something.
Her hairstyle?
And when Miss Black called on her, and she wasn't ready with an answer, why, you'd have thought it was something terrible that had happened. She almost cried. Just like a little girl. Yeah, that's it. An infantile reaction.
Textile infraction?
Why don't we act our age? I'm going to talk to Mr. Edmonds again. After school tomorrow.
But first, cold soup.
I've given it a lot of thought, and, well, I'm not the only one, Mr. Edmonds. Everyone seems to act childish sometimes, but I don't understand just why.
Well, it's partly because of the way we grow up. Your body's growing up now, Jim. You're growing much taller these years. But it may be some years more before your shoulders really broaden out and you become fully grown.
You like gladiator movies, Jim?
Growing up emotionally is much the same. Different parts of our personalities grow at different rates. Some of us never grow up entirely.
Timber!
So one side of a fellow's personality could be grown up, and another still infantile. Is that right?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
For example, you've seen the girl who always has to win an argument. Most of the time, she behaves like a young lady. But let someone disagree with her, well, she might just as well be 5 years old. We see reactions like this with young children.
So never take a woman's opinion seriously.
Then there's the fellow who can't take a joke. He laughs as hard as anyone at most jokes, but when the joke's on him, watch out. His 5-year-old brother would react the same way.
You guys are stinkers and you're a doo-doo head. Mr. Timmy, please, show some decorum.
There's the boy who constantly shows off to gain attention.
He'll come up with an online name like The Last Angry Geek.
There's the girl who cries over trifles.
My family's dead.
Then remember, there's the ball player who becomes violently angry when he loses out.
Fat, violent, disrespectful? Why, it's young Babe Ruth.
Those are some of the many infantile reactions we see around us
Infantilized
every day.
distraction?
They indicate that a part of one's personality isn't growing up with the rest. Now, what we need is some method of measuring our growth, comparing various parts of our personalities.
Say, I have an idea, Mr. Edmonds. I think I can figure out my age. Anyway, I'd like to try.
Just a minute. Don't you want your pencil?
No, sir. I'll wait until I know how old I am.
Suddenly he's Roy Batty?
Let's see. How old am I?
Cut your arm off and count the rings.
When someone disagrees with me? When someone pokes fun at me?
Yeah.
When I want attention?
Look at me!
When I am confused?
Huh?
When I don't get what I want?
Oh, that'll come with your first girlfriend.
There. I guess those are pretty important times to watch out for infantile reactions.
Infantile
I'll rate my age
infection! Oh,
today
wow! It's a difficult
and
name!
then see how well I can grow. Oh, hello, Mr. Olson.
You again?
What are you going to call me, Dad?
Carved up another desk already?
No, I'm just trying to figure out how old I am.
Ask your mother.
Don't!
No, I mean how old I am and the way I behave.
Oh, don't rate yourself too high. I won't bother you, will I?
No, this is too important.
Crazy old bastard. There's no broom on the end of that stick.
I thought of it 2 days ago, so I made several copies of this and had my parents rate my age in each of these points, and my best friend. My rating wasn't exactly high in some places.
But it looks like a good rating system. What do you do now?
Do?
Well, I'll have to work hard to bring my rating up. Here, for instance, where it says, how old am I when I don't get what I want? I rated myself 10 years old, and my dad put it even lower than that. So I'm going to get in the habit of controlling my temper, and maybe next month I'll have a better rating. And by next year, I want to catch up with my real age.
That's something to look forward to.
I'll see. Well, I'm not going to tell you all my ratings, but I thought you might want a copy of this.
I certainly would.
I've run out of toilet paper.
I think everyone here should rate himself and have his friends rate him this way, to make sure he grows up evenly.
And gets rid of those infantile reactions.
It's not like cat. Cat is an easy word.
I think I'd like my pencil back now.
It's there on the desk.
No, it isn't. What kind of sick game? Oh.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mr. Edmonds. Goodbye.
Yeah, what a schmuck. I think I'll expel him. Mr. Edmonds is a... Hey!
How old are you?
Can I offer you a drink?
Wouldn't you like to try rating yourself on a sheet like this?
Okay, let's try this one more time. Say infant. Infant. Say aisle. Aisle. Good. Now say re. Re. Fine. And action. Action. Infantile reaction. Infantile reaction. Oh no, lady. Why?